Hey everybody! Today, Rahdo runs through Squirrel Rush, which is an adorable little game all about squirrels trying to collect acorns before winter comes. And this is really kind of a family-friendly game to play with kids. You know, obviously it's for ages 6 and up, but there's a surprising amount of depth here, and in fact, actually, I think adult players can find some fun gameplay as well, and I'm going to show you how that works in a quick 2-player run-through. I've already got the game set up here. In a 2, 3, or 4-player game, you create a randomly generated grid of 4x4. If you're 5 or 6 players, there's another column, so it's a 4x5. And now in this game, I'm going to be the plucky little yellow squirrel. Jen's the plucky little purple squirrel, which she calls the purple ninja, because you can see it's very dark and shadowy and sneaky, this squirrel. And there's a whole bunch of acorns out here. Every acorn you get is a point, and we're going to play over 6 rounds, which is what this is. It's a countdown for rounds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then winter is upon us, and we see who got the most nuts. So I'll be the first player, and on your turn, you basically move from one tile to another, and every tile you move to, you collect that many nuts. And then it gets flipped. So this 5 turns, as you can see, into a 3. Later on, if somebody collects these 3 nuts, it turns into a 5 for a future turn. There's a trick to moving around, though. As you move from one space to another, you always have to do it in descending fashion. When you're on a 4, heck, you could go any place, or almost anywhere. You could move to a 3, and then you can move to a 1. But if you start out on a 2, well, you can't move. You can't ascend to a 4 or a 5. You can only move to a 1. If you start out on a 1, well, there isn't any place to go. Although, there are all kinds of special rule-breaking cards in this deck that can change things up. But normally, you're moving from tile to tile to tile in a descending order. So, I'm going to show you how that works now. Let's get going. I am the first player. And the first move you make on your turn, this is the trickiest part to get into your head. The first move you make, you can ignore the descending. So, I mean, even if on your first turn, even if you were on a 2, you could move to a 5. But then from the rest of the way on, you have to do countdowns. So, and that's true for the first round as well. We're off the board. We can come in wherever we want. And I'm looking around. I see, here's a 5, 4, 3, 1, and here's a 5, 4, 3, 1. Either one of those is good. I'll just go 5, 4, 3, 1. And that gives me 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 nuts. Although, it is a little bit, here's a tricky thing. It is dangerous to leave yourself over in a corner because then you don't have as many spaces to move. I think I don't want to get stuck over there. I definitely don't want, because looking at what Jen's going to do, yeah, okay, I'll explain that. Okay, so I'm just going to go 5, 4, 3. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to start out, I made 12 points. Yeehaw. Now it's Jen's turn, and here's why I didn't want to get stuck in that corner, because I think she's going to come in and go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then Jen could, whoops, sorry, forgot. At the end of my turn, I have to flip all the tiles I hit, including the one I ended on. All right, so there we go. So now it is Jen's turn, and here's what she's going to do. She's going to go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So Jen just made 12 points, doing that, moving from space to space in descending value. And all these tiles get flipped. And see, here's the trick. If I had been over here, I would have been next. The only place I could have gone would have been a 1 or a 2, and that means I wouldn't have been able to go very far. If I'd been here and I'd moved to the 1, I couldn't go anywhere. All I'd get is 1. If I'd been here, I could go this way and get 1, 2, 3, and I'd only get 3. So it's a good thing I waited here, because now for my first step, because remember, on your turn, you can move any place, the adjacent. I'll be able to start at 5 and start descending. But we've finished the first round. In the first round, you just make your turn. From the second round on, we're now in the second round, at the beginning of your turn, you reveal one of these special power cards, and you have the option to use it or not. And let's see, so I've got one. This is one. You can see there's a display of other ones out here. I can take one of these ones and swap for one that's on the board. So, let's see here. Alrighty. With that in mind, let's see. I know I'm gonna start here on this 5, and that's gonna be 5. And then I immediately jump to a 1 or a 1, or I could come back to this 2 or this 3. That's not particularly good. So, what might make sense, because here's a 4. I could take this 4, and I could put it I could replace this 3 with a 4, but then for that 4, I still couldn't go anywhere. Because remember, I have to set this up to descend as best I can. If I... Right, all these 1s around here, that's not really great. If I put this 4 here, I could move to it, but then I'd still be stuck at the 1. If I put this, and I'm going from 5, 4, and then 2, you know what, that's a little bit better. What the heck, I'll do that. So I'm going to take this. This goes to the bottom of the pile. A new one comes out. And now it's my turn, and I'm going to start descending. So, all right, remember, I was here. So I'm going to go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Hello, hello. All righty. And now I've got to flip all those. Flip, flip, flip. Okay. So now it is Jen's turn. And let's see what special power she gets. Okay, this is the one that says, basically, you can leave the board. And like we did in the first round, you know, Jen, normally once you're on the board, you're stuck here. But Jen can come off and then come back in on any edge she wants to. And I think she will. Just to give herself some more flex, because she's on the edge anyway. So she'll come off the board, and now she can come in whatever area is best for her. So this would be a 5 and a 2, or this would be a 4, a 4, 1, a 4, 1, a 4, 3, 1. That's actually pretty good. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But then she's stuck in a corner. Yeah. And then coming out of that corner, all she'll have available is this 1, because that's going to get flipped. Or, well, and you better believe I won't flip this 5, because so she'll be at a 2. So if she comes all the way in this corner, that's the same kind of problem as before. Although, again, she might have a power that means she doesn't have to worry about it. But I think so. She left. She's going to come back in. Is there any better option? 5, 6, or 5, 6, 7? Actually, I think that, you know, even though she could come over here and get 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I think she'll just come over here and go 5, 6, 7. And that puts her in, you know, kind of in the center, so it gives her a lot of options for the next turn. All right. And so have I flipped these? Yes, I did. 5, 6, 7. Okay, and so now it is my turn, and we're on to the third of 6 rounds. And, oh, I also get to leave and come back wherever I want. Okay. So, where do we go? What's the best place to come in now? Although actually I don't have to, because again, from where I am, Jen just created this 4 for me, so I could jump to this 4 and then this 3 and then this 1. Is that the best thing for me? That's 8. Can I do better than that? Well, I can do 8, but I get stuck in a corner, which is kind of scary. Yeah, so even though I could leave, I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to take advantage of what Jen left me. I'm just going to go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right? That's just, all right. 5 and a 5, and give back a couple of 1s. Alrighty, and so what was that? That flipped this, and this, and this, and now it's Jen's turn. And, oh, come on, I don't want to show you the same dang power. I did shuffle these up quite a bit, I promise. But let's say, oh, and you've already seen or have you? Did I already do a flip? Yeah, I want to show you a new power. Show me a new power. There's a bunch of them. Okay, here's one. This one, and by the way, all these powers have an explanation. You know, and the little picture shows, like this one that I just pulled. This one is you basically get to skip a spot. That's because you can take a little mole hole. And there's actually little stories if you're playing with kids about how if you do this one, you can ask Mr. Mole for safe passage through his tunnel. And so you can skip, which obviously could work out pretty well. And that's in addition to getting your first free move. So Jen's got that power. What is she going to do? Well, first off, I mean, she probably wants to start from here and just get to this 5 or this 5. But then where can she go from there? She immediately starts, descending very quickly. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, I think what Jen's going to do. Right, so we're using the power of Mr. Mole. Jen's going to start here. That's 5, 6, 7, 8. And now she'll use the mole hole, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that was a pretty cool trick. So she just flipped all of these. And now it is my turn again. Moving on to round 4. And what power do I get? Show me a new power. All right. Oh, yeah. Now, instead of doing descending, I have the option of doing ascending instead. So that's pretty cool. Although I don't have to. I could still do descending if I want. And I might want to do that because I could come here and then I could go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. If instead I do an ascending, I might come over here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's, wow, I've got 2 really good options. But 5, 4, 3, and 1 versus, this is where I am, a 1, 2, 4, and 5. So this way is actually even still better. Even though I've got the ascending, I think I'm still going to do descending. So it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. A pirate's life for me. All right. And so it's Jen's turn. And okay, she can pull another tile off of the display to change things around to help her out. Although she's just got access to a bunch of 2s. So that's not really all that exciting. Oh, actually, no, it's not bad, because Jen, she could move from 5 to a 3, and then instead of this 5 here being a 2 and then a 1, that would actually get her a nice little run there, because otherwise she can go 5, 3, 2. So again, she's got a choice. She can get an extra point if she comes all the way down here and swaps this so she can make a longer run, or she could just come around this way and have fewer points, but end here in the center so she has more flexibility on the next turn. Ending in the center is always nicer. So those are her options. But you know what? I think I'm going to stop right there, because that's the game. It's a constantly evolving puzzle. Every turn, you sit down, you see what the world has done. Hopefully you've left yourself in a good spot where you have some options. You see what your new power is. And whether you're going to use it or not, you try to score as many points as possible and leave yourself open for, you do that for 6 rounds. Whoever has the most points is the winner. Now, remember how I said right up front that this is really a kid's game, but there's enough here for adults as well? Well, there's 2 ways you can play this game. You can play this game like I've been showing, where every round you just get a random special power. Hopefully it'll work out for you. Sometimes it's useful, sometimes it's not. Instead, as part of setup, instead of just having random, you can pull out, let's see, let me find a full set. You can pull out a full set. As you can see, there's these colors in the corner. Every player can get an identical set of 1 of each power in the game. I think that's right. And what that means, instead of, at the beginning of every turn, having to just hopefully get something that'll help you out, you can do much more elaborate planning, because you know anytime you want, you can leave the board and come back in. Anytime you want, you can use Mr. Mole's hole. Anytime you want, you can do ascending. Anytime you want, you can flip a tile. Anytime you want, you can bring one in. Anytime you want, you can move diagonally. And what was the other one? Where was the other? Oh, anytime you want, you can put one of these little squirrel token, one of these little acorns out here. So you could turn a 4 into a 5, or a 3, or a 2 into a 3. And then when somebody walks over there, they pick it up. So you can manipulate the board that way. So you have these, and that gives you a lot more flexibility, and you can start making very rich. You only get to play 1 per turn. But remember, there's only 6 rounds in the game, and so you definitely, every round, you want to be using one of these, although you won't use all of them in every game. And that can really help ensure that you can make very, very strong moves. But it gives you a ton to think about. Well, should I? Because you've got so many options. So there's 2 different ways you can play. What I just showed you is basically, I'm pretty confident 6-year-olds could handle this no problem and have fun. They get to count, they get to do some basic addition, they get to do some simple logic stuff, and everything is open knowledge, so parents can help them out. If they get a little bit stuck, you can say, oh, did you notice this? So it's a really great learning, fun thing that a family can play together. Or, after the kids go to bed, you can just basically break this deck apart, give everybody their own deck of powers, and you've got an interesting little 20-minute strategic kind of abstract filler game that adults can get into, because it's a lightish game, but having 7 unique powers that you can use on any turn you want to manipulate this board and make it perfect for you to maximize your points, it becomes a fairly interesting mental game. And so, folks, that is Squirrel Rush. And you know what? I'm not going to do any thoughts, because I think that this pretty much sums it all up right here. It's a neat game. If I had kids, this would be a no-brainer. This is a really great game. It's cute. It's adorable. Everybody wants it. There's all these different colorful squirrels. I haven't put the stickers on all of them yet. I've only just put the stickers on these 2. But you got colorful squirrels. They're running around collecting nuts. Some simple math stuff for kids to learn. And again, the parents can help them, because there's no secret information. But it's an interesting and compelling game for adults. adults or gamer geeks as well. Once you start playing it this way, what's it called? It's adorable. They call it the Smarty Pants, I think. Yeah, the Smarty Squirrel variant, where everybody has access to all the powers, and you can really change things up quite a bit. That's it, folks. That is Squirrel Rush. Now, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, as always, please let me know. Apologies for any goofs I made. Check out the show notes or watch the annotations or not. I might have goofed up here and there a little bit, but hopefully you have a pretty good idea of how this game feels to play. And so that's it, folks. Thanks for watching. Questions, comments, concerns, let me know. Otherwise, hope you have a very, very nice day. Talk to you later. So long. Bye-bye.